So this was the perfect example of, I think, Lisa having a misunderstanding. She just met the noble maiden of a previous generation from 6 years ago, and she called rock music, you know, just to have fun with it, and just to have fun with it in moderation. She really looked up to this noble maiden. I think that's why she really got her feelings hurt. Because using rock music for fun, yeah, it can be fun, but at the same time, it can save lives. That is the real power of rock music. It saves lives. And of course, with anything, there's always pros and cons. It saves lives, but at the same time, people misuse it. They let it pent up your anger. But we're not here about the cons right now. We're here about the pros. And I think it does more good than damage to allowing people to be free, letting people to channel that energy, that anger, just like with Elisa right here. Throughout this misunderstanding, she didn't go and do violence and none of this stuff. She went out and played rock music. She went out to play her heart out on her guitar, her electric guitar right here. And so it was just so perfect to see, how rock music is actually calming her down now. She's able to, just let it all out, put it all out there. And it was just, such a great moment when you see Otaha right there. She's like, oh man, you're just going, balls to the walls, you're just going crazy. And then just to see Otaha's expression to not actually play the drums because Elisa was just so overwhelming with her guitar playing skills right here. She's right here. She's saying guitar is my everything. And I get that. I get that. Someone said, oh, just have fun with it. It's like, damn, bro. And then Elisa's just really serious about it. She hasn't really made it, within her band yet. So she took that really personal. She really took that to heart. She really, I mean, and to be fair, the other noble maiden, I don't even know her name. She said this, but she doesn't really know Elisa. She doesn't really, she doesn't know anything about her. They met for like, a brief moment and throughout the day, and it's not like they went through each other's past or anything like that. So it's like I think Lisa took things a little too far. See, and then right here, here's that part where I was talking about Otaha. She was like, "Oh, let me join in," but but then of course she ends up not joining because she just really wanted Lisa to let it all out. But yeah, there was a perfect quote right here by Pete. His name was Pete Davidson or something like that, where it says, "Rock and roll may not solve your problems, or even let you run away from your problems, but it lets you dance all over them." So, guys, rock music is just one of those things that you have in your toolkit. Like I use it sometimes for workouts or things like this, or to relieve stress, or to just get motivated. So rock music is built for many things. But of course, I use anime as well in my toolkit. Now, it's not necessarily my everything. It's not necessarily my whole life. I mean, just look at it around. And then if you guys go to my MMC, you guys will see I have way more stuff. But I obviously don't showcase it. Maybe one day when I blow up, I will. Oh yeah, Pete Townsend. So that was a quote from Pete Townsend. So it's not necessarily like I can't live without it. I choose not to live without it because it's such a good tool to have. It's such a great thing to have. It's such a great escape. And it's not like I'm necessarily trying to escape because I'm sharing my thoughts and my experiences with you guys and what it means to me, what each episode means to me, what each character means to me. So it's just such a great release and such a great, it opens up my mind more than what you think. It just, it's great if people just watch it for fun. It's like great, cool. We got another fan of anime. I'm not gonna beat them up about it. I'm really not. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to just watch anime for fun, you want to listen to rock music for fun, fine. It's not that serious. That's what Lisa, when she was like going balls to the wall, this was such a great moment, really intense moment, extremely intense moment, you know. But it's like, bro, you're just misunderstanding. She really was misunderstanding, the whole situation. Like, some will see it as just for fun, and some will make it their everything, and that's just fine. You find your niche, you find your way of life, you find your hobbies. And so that's how anime is for me as well. It's not necessarily my everything, but I've made it so that it's part of a huge reason I do things. And so yeah, I think and so yeah, guys. And in reality, bro, rock music really has done more for me than I could ever ask for. Like, when you're lost in life, you find that one good and this is like music in general too, guys, right? Like you find a good song. Oh, here's that Noble Maiden she was talking to. Like, bro, like, brah, you only met her like for a day. She doesn't know jack shit about you. If someone says something insult, and look, she had like a smile too, bro. She's like the most caring, most like lovable person, and she doesn't really seem fake at all. She was only trying to give her See, after all, you're just playing the electric guitar for fun, right? Like, bro, she doesn't know. She doesn't know. So I can't knock her for that. I really can't. It just sucks that Lisa took it the wrong way. But it is what it is. But yeah, guys, rock music really has saved my life more times than not. When I was lost, and it can do the same thing for you. All I gotta say is just keep it part of your toolkit. Don't use it for anything bad. Just like with animes, you can use it. You got like laws and stuff. Bruh, let's just enjoy what we enjoy without hurting anybody else, without hurting yourself. Doing things in a sensible way. Everyone in the academy, look, everyone in the academy can easily play an instrument like the violin, the piano, or this. Bro, look, so this is what really got under her skin. She was just looking at Elisa as another person with another hobby. Everybody else can do it. Like anybody else can watch animes. Anybody else can just listen to rock music. This is like normal. And so Elisa took that very personal, like when she shouldn't have. She was just simply giving some advice based on her experience. You can't knock her for giving advice that worked for her. But knowledge is nothing more than a way to ladylike etiquette and flourish in high society. There you have it, guys. So she asked for advice and she received advice. And I think she took it in the worst possible way, bro. Like she really did. But anyways, guys, that is all I really wanted to share. Rock music has so many pros. And of course, just keep rocking. Don't worry about what other people think. You do you, all right? Whether you do it for fun, it's a way of life. Just, min-max it. Honestly, guys, that is all. Peace.